it's Arielle here from Fix My Books, and today we are going to be talking about a very controversial topic, which is the top accounting software in Canada. So, which accounting software should you choose? I am going to try to keep this video short and sweet, so let's get started. So, today we are going to compare these. So, why did I choose these? Is because I searched online, I put top accounting software Canada, and these were the ones that kept like coming up again and again from like different comparison sites. So I decided to go with these. I didn't bother with the smaller accounting softwares because they wouldn't have enough integrations for you to be able to use it. Like it won't be functional, especially as you grow. So that's why I decided to choose these. First up is Wave. So the reason why I would not recommend Wave is because it doesn't sync with A2X, so you cannot use it if you are in e-commerce. The second reason is that it has no Giphy codes. So there was actually a post on their website, and I'll talk about this later about the Giphy codes. And so Wave, I think, is more suited for freelancers. So if you are just starting out, you want to send out invoices, you want to track your expenses, I think Wave is a great software for that, right? So if you can see A2X is kind of the biggest name in e-commerce in terms of accounting. And you can see it only syncs with Xero, QuickBooks, and Sage. Again, the bigger third-party integrations like A2X, they wouldn't even bother making an integration with the smaller accounting software because what's the point? With Xero, QuickBooks, and Sage, you basically have around 90% of the market, I think. So they don't even bother with other accounting softwares. So what is the Giphy that I was talking about? So Giphy is basically, it stands for General Index of Financial Information. It is a standard list of codes that you use to prepare your financial statements. All corporations should prepare their financial statement information using the Giphy codes and file it with their T2 returns. So you can see from the government website of Canada how important Giphy codes are. The fact that you use it to prepare your financial information. So you can see here, every single account in your accounting software should be mapped to a Giphy code. This is how the CRA likes it. So you should follow what the CRA says. You have to be compliant, right? So with an accounting software like Wave, these Giphy codes are not built in, meaning literally your accountant will have to copy paste these line by line into your tax software. So as someone who deals with tax, and we do file tax returns for people, you know, having an accounting software that doesn't even export Giphy codes, it's first of all, your accounting fees will be higher. Why? Because we are going to have to manually line by line copy paste all your items from your financial statements. Unlike if we were dealing with a client who is in Xero or let's say QuickBooks Online, where we could just literally one click export the Giphy codes, then that's going to be less work for us as the people preparing your tax returns. So of course, we'll charge you less because it's less work. So the fact that Wave calls itself an accounting software when it can't even produce the basic things that the government requires you. Okay, the government requires you to file your financial statements with Giphy codes, right? And they don't even give you that functionality. I am amazed that they call themselves an accounting software. Like, no offense, but you know, you should do better. This is what I was talking about like in the previous slide. So there's actually this portion in Wave where previously, I swear to God, like a couple of months ago, I should have taken screenshots, but it was there. They removed it now. Okay, it's basically like a forum portion in Wave where you could like ask questions and then their staff would respond. So a person asked them like, "Hi, why are there no Giphy codes? Are you planning to build this functionality, you know, for Giphy codes down the line?" And they basically said, "No, we're not planning to." So in my head, why would you even bother kind of going with an accounting software that's not even planning to build the Giphy codes into their software. So you can see here, this is screenshots of their website as of the day I'm making this video. You search for the word Giphy and nothing comes up, right? So if Wave does decide to build Giphy codes into their software in the future, I will definitely revisit Wave and see if it's a better fit for freelancers. But at the moment, they said that they're not going to build it in, so I am not inclined to recommend them. Okay, next is FreshBooks. Same reason as Wave, doesn't sync with A2X, so you can't use it for e-commerce. Again, no Giphy codes. So it's more suited towards freelancers. So I do have a couple of clients that move from FreshBooks to QuickBooks. And what I know from what they said is that they really like FreshBooks because they really, really like the time tracking function. So if most of your business is literally like tied to time tracking, I would say you should look into FreshBooks because they really have that good functionality built in. One thing I would like to say about FreshBooks is that this is from their website. This is a screenshot of them comparing themselves to QuickBooks. And they said project profitability tools, no, like not available. Not available only on higher tiered plans, is just not available, which is untrue. As you can see, this is a screenshot from the QuickBooks pricing page. You can see it clearly says track project profitability in both these higher tiered plans. So that's my only thing with FreshBooks. I want to mention that you do have the ability to track project profitability in QuickBooks. I do track project profitability in QuickBooks for my construction clients. So they should have said available only on higher tiered plans over here, right? Like what they did over here. But here it just says X, like as if it's not available at all. It is available. So I just want to say that. Again, it doesn't sync with A2X, so I cannot recommend FreshBooks for e-commerce clients. Next is Sage. So my gripe with Sage, okay, so I'm not even going into detail on like, okay, so this may be for this may be for that. Like I'm just telling you overview why this is not going to work or why certain accounting softwares will work. So with Sage, the reason why I didn't even go deeper into them is because there is no tax inclusive or tax exclusive settings or function. So on the left, this is a screenshot of QuickBooks Online. On the right is a screenshot of Xero. So you can clearly see you can choose tax inclusive, tax exclusive. They have that functionality. This is a screenshot of Sage. As you can see, there is no tax exclusive, tax inclusive kind of thing. So I put this in here so you can see. So the price is $100. Tax rate is 13% HST, and then the tax amount is obviously $13, right? If you wanted to make it $100, right, like with HST already included, it's not even possible to do that with Sage. Like you will have to manually calculate 100 divided by 1.13, put 88.49 over here, and then they will obviously auto calculate the tax, and then it ends up as 99.99. But I'm just showing you they don't have the tax inclusive or tax exclusive functionality, which to you might not be a big deal, but let me tell you, once you are starting to enter your expenses or like your invoices and things like that, the fact that you don't have that function will annoy you. So that's my gripe with Sage. That's the reason why I wouldn't recommend them. Again, they do sync with A2X, so that's one option for you if you don't want to go with QuickBooks or don't want to go with Xero and you are in e-commerce, you do have the options to use Sage. Okay, so now what do we have? FreshBooks is out, Wave is out, Sage is out. So all we have left is Xero and QuickBooks. So between these two, I don't want to go in depth between like Xero versus QuickBooks because I have very strong feelings about this. I am very opinionated. I spent hours of my life researching their differences, and I'm not gonna bore you with that because as a business owner, you're not really gonna care. Like, this is more of like, from an accounting perspective, as someone in the accounting industry, doing your books in these two softwares will be very different. So, short and sweet, Xero has no native payroll function, meaning if you want to run payroll in Xero, okay, you will need to go with a third-party software like WagePoint or Payworks or something like that. They do have some apps in their app store, like payroll processors that sync with Xero. But again, that's a third-party payroll provider that just syncs with Xero. It's not Xero's own payroll provider. So I wouldn't recommend Xero if you are heavy into payroll, because why bother with an accounting software that doesn't have its own native payroll function that you're going to have to go to a third-party software to just even get that function, right? But I would recommend Xero if you are a freelancer, you're just starting out, or maybe you don't even envision yourself ever having employees, you know? I would recommend this to you if you have a lot of bills and receipts that you want to keep track of, because Xero owns HubDoc and they will give HubDoc away for free if you subscribe to one of their plans. So that's I would say that's good value compared to QuickBooks, because QuickBooks doesn't have anything like that. They don't own any document management software to give to you for free. So at least with Xero, you will get HubDoc for free. And HubDoc is great. I love using HubDoc. So I would say, you know, if you have massive amounts of like invoices or like bills that you get from your suppliers, go with Xero if you don't need the payroll function. So if you have employees, I would say go with QuickBooks Online because they have a native payroll function built into their software. So that's just the quick comparison. Like for me, this is the most important thing that business owners will look at. If you want me to do an in-depth video of Xero versus QuickBooks, which one is better, like really drill down to the details of why you should go with this software or that software, I can make it, but again, I have strong opinions about it, and it might take an hour. Really, like I could even like do like side by side, like, you know, like screen recordings of both, like entering sales receipts in both, entering, you know, different things in both, and just show you how they're different. Because I have gone through, obviously I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro advisor, but I have gone through the basic training with Xero as well. So I would say I'm pretty familiar with the software as well. I wouldn't say I'm an expert. Definitely like QuickBooks is my go-to, but I wouldn't say like I'm a complete noob when it comes to Xero. So if you want to see that, and maybe some of you do, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to make it. Okay, so again, I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever I upload new videos to my YouTube channel. And once again, this is Arielle from Fix My Books, helping you fix your books.